Baxcalibur is the new pseudo-legendary dragon type from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This Pokemon was a relatively popular choice at the very start of the generation in competitive singles. It's a cool new Pokemon that people wanted to experiment with. Unfortunately, as things progressed, the Pokemon fell down to UU. With more powerful Pokemon taking the spotlight, Baxcalibur fell by the wayside. Down in UU, this Pokemon proved to be a bit too powerful, however, and ended up being banned. Now it resides in UUBL. And in Smogon Premier League, the biggest singles tournament of the year, this Pokemon has seen a surprisingly solid amount of usage. It's been seen on 11 teams so far in the tournament. Baxcalibur was previously competing with Chien-Pao, a much more alluring choice for an Ice-type physical attacker. Though Baxcalibur is bulkier and has tools like Dragon Dance, Chien-Pao was by far the more popular choice due to its massive speed stat and the more immediate threat that it poses. But now Chien-Pao has been banned from the format and no longer has a monopoly on offense. Baxcalibur's role as an Ice-type physical attacker and wallbreaker is now worth a lot more. Let's take a look at what this overlooked Pokemon has to offer in Gen 9 OU. 80% of you watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you enjoy my videos, I'd appreciate it if you would take a moment to like the video and subscribe. Thank you. Baxcalibur has a Dragon Ice type combination and a pretty great stat distribution. Its HP and attack stats are excellent, its defenses are decent, and its speed isn't bad either for such a bulky Pokemon. Ice typing is famously terrible defensively, but Dragon as a second type offsets this a little bit. Rock weakness sucks, but at least you're neutral to fire and ice, which is good, and you have a decent amount of resistances to work with. Baxcalibur has a great physical move pool, with tools to threaten just about everything. It has good Ice Stab, coverage options like Earthquake and Crunch, Ice Shard for priority, and the new signature move Glaive Rush for a massive Dragon Stab option. This is a 120 power physical dragon attack with 100 accuracy. The drawback is that you receive double damage from attacks for one turn after it's used. This is a great move with a much better drawback than Outrage. This is almost like a dragon type version of Close Combat. Baxcalibur's ability Thermal Exchange is also very good and quite unique. This is one of my favorite new ability designs. This ability provides a complete immunity to burn, and it also raises your attack by one stage if you're hit by a fire type move. Burn is one of the most common ways to answer and cripple physical threats. A complete immunity to it is fantastic on this Pokemon, especially since it can boost itself up with Dragon Dance. Because of this, Baxcalibur matches up much better than other dragon type attackers in the format against Pokemon like Rotom Wash and Skeledirge. Roaring Moon and Dragonite will be walled and burned by these Pokemon, but Baxcalibur won't. With the game-ending potential of Dragon Dance and your burn immunity, Baxcalibur is a logical user of Terrastalize. A good defensive Terra type will give you setup opportunities, and spending Terra on one of your stab types will help you power through walls and win games. Substitute is a good option to consider as well. Garganical is becoming increasingly more common, and Substitute is a great way to counteract Salt Cure. The Salt Cure effect won't occur when you're behind a sub, so this will give you a free turn to set up and take advantage of Garganical. Not only is this Pokemon a solid Dragon Dancer, a Choice Band set can also be an effective wall breaker. Choice Band Baxcalibur is like a balanced version of Chien-Pao. With the support of pivots, you can find opportunities to get this in and pose an immediate threat. With the massive damage output of Glaive Rush, great coverage options, and even Ice Shard for priority. A banded Baxcalibur is very difficult to switch into and can be very effective with the right support. Many players feared that the banning of Chien-Pao would result in a metagame dominated by defensive strategies. But Chien-Pao was not the only offensive Pokemon in Gen 9. It was just the easiest one to fit on a team because it was extremely fast and could threaten everything very easily. Chien-Pao had a complete monopoly on offense, and now that it's gone, overlooked offensive Pokemon like Baxcalibur now have an opportunity to show what they can do. While Baxcalibur is still ranked in UUBL for the moment, I think this guy might see a bit of a surge in viability now. It already had a respectable amount of usage in SPL, even with Chien-Pao still legal, so I think it's the perfect time for Baxcalibur to rise. I've been seeing it quite a bit more on the ladder, and I do think that it has become a better choice than it once was. I also just like this Pokemon. This is what a wall breaker should look like. If a Pokemon is able to two-hit even the strongest defensive walls in the format with its stab types, it shouldn't also be the second fastest Pokemon in the whole format. That's just too much. Baxcalibur is much more reasonable and actually a pretty fresh design in my opinion. What do you think of Baxcalibur? Do Do you think it will see a surge in popularity now that Chin Pao is banned? Or will it remain on the borderline of OU viability? What would you like me to talk about next? Let me know down below in the comments. And thank you for watching. Thank you to the patrons. If you'd like to send me a team to look at in a video, or request a video topic for me to cover, take a look at my Patreon link in the description for more information. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for more informative content about competitive Pokemon.
The money got different, cause of what I'm spending. The money got different,
oh, it's
cause of what I'm
Megaphone!
spending.
Oh,
The money
KO
got
by
different,
one hit! It
cause
scattered
of what I'm
spikes!
spending. The money got different.